Send him in. Uh, yeah, hey man. Hey, yeah, so I heard you got yourself in a little situation recently. You know, my men, the king's men, because I'm the king, came and told me they had arrested someone who, okay, hear my side of the story. Yeah, no. Let me just finish what I heard. What I heard was someone was caught um, carrying a body when the officers arrived on the scene. This individual was burning it in a quote seemingly demonic ritual. So you were out just not only grave robbing but burning bodies. Okay, demonic, that's absurd. Okay, first of all, like, I had to do that in order to stop the Yeti from coming back as a ghost, because when I was burning your father's body, oh yeah, okay, so, I figured it was probably, yeah, my dad's fucking body, but, like, just good to clear that out. Okay, yeah, it was. But I'm sorry, I kind of implied to you that I was gonna do that. In fact, you told me to take care of it myself. I didn't know this was what it meant, dude. This is a pretty big deal. Like, not only is this a huge slap in the face to me, but we're kind of our town's in a pretty bad spot right now. We need division, and like the king being burned in the streets, like, that's not good. What's better? Is he worse than Yetis? Like, Yeti ghosts? We've already dealt with Yetis. We don't need to deal with the ghosts. Like, we're almost done. We just need to follow through on finishing up this problem. Okay, man, but like, these problems may be like happening, and you're dealing with them, and I appreciate that, because I have been focused more on the king stuff recently and haven't had as much time to help. But the reports that I'm hearing, I need you to be a little bit more concerned with your image and PR. What do you mean by that? Because, like, yeah, I'm not getting any help, so, like, as long as I'm keeping the town safe, are you really gonna complain about? I mean, the other day, the stunt that you pulled at the children's playground at the park, in front of all those children, where you cut off a snake's head in front of them. Okay, that was a baby hydra, and I had to cut off. Yeah, but you burned it, right? I get that it was a hydra. That's why you burned the stump of the head that you had just chopped off in front of these screaming children. Like, do you know how much paperwork I had to deal with because of that? What paperwork would come with that? How is that? What paperwork? It's traumatizing, and these people, they want you. They want you gone, man. What do you mean they want me gone? Honestly, like, some of them, they just want you gone. Like, to most people, even, they want you off of the royal council. They think that you're exploiting your status as my childhood friend. But some people just straight up think you're a menace, and, like, you don't have a lot of people defending you left. Childhood friend. I earned my spot on that council by saving the entire town from the Yetis. Okay, but people remember that you're kind of the one who suggested that we should tell the king about the Yetis, which kind of, the king was a Yeti, which led to the whole thing happening. So, did you really save us? Or what do you mean people remember? You're the only one who knew. Did you tell everyone, like, oh yeah, I was the one who told the king, but it wasn't my idea, it was this guy's idea? Like, did you leave out the part where I saved the fucking day? It's not. I mean, I've been giving people all the information, but, like, you can't deny that, like, that was the last time that I helped you out, and look what happened when I took your advice. It didn't go well, and your life, you walk around with these crazy gadgets, you do these things, you have no regard for the consequences. It's not just PR, that I have to deal with, like, as king. Like, I lost my dad, man. I lost my dad, and I gained so much responsibility. I didn't walk away from that unscathed. It's not just another goofy adventure to me, Like, when you get other people involved, these things have consequences for them. Okay, I mean, that's fair. I'm sorry. It sucks. I guess I never really, as your friend, I've been so defensive that I didn't really accept that, yeah, like, there's a certain amount of guilt that I should take on for the fact that your dad is dead, and it was the one time you followed my advice. irrespective of whether we could have let the Yetis take over the town or not. But yeah, no, I am glad that, you know, you are my childhood friend. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, above all else, we are childhood friends. We've known each other for years because your father was the royal carpenter. And, that's not why you're on the council. I want you to know that. You swear? You promise? Yeah, man. I mean, like, you did earn your way there with the Yetis and the stuff before that. And, like, I know I've been giving you a hard time, especially recently. And I do want to, make this really clear that you really got to shape up your act a bit. But that's just because I care. I want you to stay. I don't want to be the only guy in the room all the time saying, like, hey, listen, the carpenter's son is not causing these problems. These are a series of wacky misunderstandings. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Tell them they're wacky misunderstandings. That usually works for me. Yeah, but like at a certain point, my hands are tied. I mean, this is a town run by a king, which is a little strange, and the government is a little bit mixed. But especially given how reliant we are on the trade with the bordering nations, which border a town, so they're already a little bit unsure about us as just a concept. We really need their help, and if they have too much influence and they catch stuff like this going on, they're going to want to deal with the problem, and at the end of the day, you're kind of the common denominator. So what do you mean I'm the common denominator? Like, because I'm the one fixing the problems, I'm the only one who talks about them? Yeah, because if I didn't deal with honestly, what I'm, like, you are the one who encounters them the most. No one else in the town seems to really notice them, and it was your actions that led to the Yeti crisis that is, quite frankly, the biggest crisis in our town's history. Okay, well, we don't need to rehash this, man. Like, look, all right, I don't care what anyone else in that council thinks, but I have fond memories of us, playing with carpentry tools together in the castle courtyard when we were younger. So I care about what you think. So I will try and be a little more discreet. But at the end of the day, man, push comes to shove. I'm sorry, I can't really budge on this. Like, if this is a heat of the moment, 11th hour situation, and a basilisk is turning around to look at someone and they'll drop dead instantly, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me get my, like, disguise and like, censor everything and make it all PG so that nobody gets scared when I have to go sever the head of the basilisk and then drown it in its own poison. I mean, that's just something that needs to happen. There's not always a clean way to do that. Fine, but can you just try and avoid fire? Because that one was kind of hard for me to talk my way out of. The fact that the two recent events have had to do with fire, like you burning my dad's body, and prior to that burning the stump of that snake. And like, even for me, who I've seen up close that these things are real, and like apparently every like mythological creature exists. Like, these are really fire related, and I feel like that can't be the only way, right? And like, what was this ritual? Like, how is it? What is there a ritual that stops ghosts? And like, what? Like, yeah, what was that? Okay. No, I definitely needed to do the ritual. I don't just like fire. It's not like that. It's not like it was a normal snake and I just burned it because I just wanted an excuse to. No, it was a hydra. Okay, you're sounding kind of defensive right now here, man. I didn't even suggest that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't just like rob your dad's grave and then burn it. Burn your dad's corpse in the town square, chanting, just because the seeing fire is just so beautiful to me. It's destruction. It's the way that it leaves a trail of emptiness in its wake as it burns through like an unstoppable force of nature. Okay. I'm sorry, man. You'll always be my childhood friend, but yeah. You're 100% exiled from the town. and off the council. I'm sorry, but that was really disconcerting, and I don't have time to deal with this anymore. What are you? I don't understand what you're talking about. But I swear, you need my help, man. You need my help, or this town is going to be doomed. Nope. You know what? I'm gonna do a whole 180 on everything I've said. You're exiled, and I don't believe that in any of these creatures anymore. I don't. You know what? I think you're crazy. I don't know. I think you're summoning them or something, like the Yeti thing. Like, now that I think of it, I didn't actually really see a Yeti. Because they all looked exactly like humans. No, you know what? Exile me if you have to. But really, after everything we've been through, everything I've done, I won't listen to you tell me that I'm making this stuff up. I'll give you an example right now. The other day, when I was walking through the woods, okay, a griffin came out of